Good morning, everyone. Will Dupree here in the KXAN live studio. We want to tell you about a wreck that has happened in southeast Travis County. It involved two vehicles, and it has resulted in the death of one man. As you can see in this video right here, sheriff's deputies from the Travis County Sheriff's Office are now investigating this particular crash, as well as members of the Texas Department of Public Safety. They may have this section of Thaxton Road in southeast Travis County closed for quite some time as they investigate the wreck. As you can see, they're doing their parts of their investigation at the moment. This wreck happened earlier this morning, just after 9 o'clock, we believe. And as I pull up some more information about this particular wreck, this is at Thaxton Road between Sassman Road and Culver Road. The call to crash came at about 8:30 this morning, and one of the victims in this wreck was flown to a hospital. However, one person has also died after this crash happened. What we know is that Austin Travis County EMS medics performed CPR on one man involved in the crash, but he later died at the scene. Another man in his 50s was flown to Del Seaton Medical Center with serious injuries. That is the last update we had on his particular condition. But as you can see, investigators are watching and investigating this particular wreck that happened at about 8:30 this morning and involves two vehicles. If you take a look at the video, on the left-hand side of the screen, kind of in the center there, you can see the two vehicles involved. They're both what appears to be sedans in that area. But if you have friends that live in that area, if you have family that lives in that area, or know somebody whose work takes them by there, just please know that this will be closed for quite some time as sheriff's deputies and DPS investigate this crash. I want to pull up a map really quickly from Google Maps that we can show you where exactly this is. If you'll give me just 1 second, I'll pull that up as you're looking live at the investigation that sheriff's deputies and DPS are doing right now after this deadly crash. All right, I'm going to pull up this map for you all really quickly, if it will come up for me. There we go. Let's take that full screen so that you all can see that. This is the little red dot where this wreck happened. Again, it's southeast of Austin. We'll zoom in now so that you all can get a much better, clearer picture of it. Here is Thaxton Road and then Sassman Road. This is the area that is closed right now. It is just south of Slaughter Lane at the very far edges of it. And this part of the road is closed because of this crash that happened this morning. Again, we're talking about a crash that killed one man and sent another to the hospital with very serious injuries. I want to show you live again at the scene there, where deputies are doing their investigation. As you can see now in the center of your screen, those are the two sedans involved with this particular crash. There appears to be a black car and a white one. This crash happened about 8:30 this morning. One person killed after medics tried to revive him. There at the scene, another flown to the hospital. And deputies and troopers are on scene right now investigating this crash. So if you do know this area, it's in a more rural part of southeast Travis County, but it does have some traffic as more home developments are out in that area. So please be aware of these delays that are going to be happening in this area as this investigation unfolds. We are live right now on Facebook, and I'm seeing many of you asking for prayers and thoughts for this man's family. We, of course, extend them to that family as well, because this is such a tragic situation. We're zooming in a little bit closer now to one of the cars involved in this wreck. If you want to take a look quickly. I am seeing a note from our photographer who is providing this live stream, this live picture from us. What we know is that traffic is able to move through on Sassman Road. That intersects with Thaxton. Thaxton is the road that's closed. That's where the wreck happened. So that's important to remind and to remember, everybody, that if you're out in that area, Sassman Road is open. Traffic is still able to go through there at the moment. but Thaxton is the one that's closed because that's where the two vehicles collided this morning. Our photographer is also sending in a note that the white vehicle, the sedan you see right there with the door open, is the only one with visible damage from this vantage point. And as you can see, one of the officers there is taking some data, taking some pictures, investigating this crash, trying to figure out exactly what happened in this particular situation. And I'm also seeing a note from our anchor, Amanda Dugan. She is saying this area is considered more the Creedmoor Del Valley area. It's very far southeast Austin. If you're familiar with that area, that's what we're talking about. If you're just joining us, Will Dupree here in the KXAN live studio. We are reporting about a fatal crash that happened this morning at about 8:30 in southeast Travis County, kind of in the Del Valley, Creedmoor area, as our Amanda Dugan was telling us. We know that one person has died there at the scene after this two-vehicle crash. Another person was flown to a hospital with very serious injuries. Right now, Thaxton Road in that area is still closed because, as you can see, first responders are there investigating this crash and piecing together what exactly happened there in southeast Travis County. I'd like to pull up one more time this map to show you where exactly this happened so that you can get a familiar idea of the area that's closed in particular. If you'll give me just 1 second, I'm pulling up that map. I'm seeing from it that there are some home developments out in that area, but let me just pull this up really quickly. Again, this is from a Google map. And let's take that full screen so that you all can see. This is the red dot where that wreck happened. Again, it's east of I-35. There's Aikens High School over there on the other side, but it's kind of directly east of it on the far edge of Slaughter Lane, which you see here. And the McKinney Park East development is right there. So again, Thaxton Road in this area, right by Sassman Road, is closed. Thaxton Road right here is closed because of the investigation. Sassman is open, so if you do live in that area, please be aware of that. Let's go back to our live image from the wreck and the investigation that's ensuing there. As you can see, they're making notes and doing the proper steps they need to figure out what exactly happened in this situation. Again, I'm getting a note from anchor Amanda Dugan. She says that this may affect drivers who travel through the intersection to reach FM 1327 or State Highway 45 Southeast Toll or FM 1625. So again, pay attention to that if you're in this area because of this crash. Thank you all again for joining us here on KXAN Live as we talk about this crash in southeast Travis County. Let's recount for those of you just joining us. We know that two vehicles collided this morning at about 8:30. A man died there at the scene, unfortunately, and another man was taken to Del Seaton Medical Center by helicopter because of his serious injuries. An investigation is now underway, and Thaxton Road there near Sassman Road is closed. Sassman, though, is still open to traffic. However, Thaxton will be closed for some time, as you can see, as the investigation continues there. We have more information on our website, kxan.com, and the KXAN News app. We will be updating as we find out about when this road might reopen, so please stay with us here on KXAN to be able to find out when this will reopen and traffic will be allowed to go back through. But once again, please be careful, everyone. We do want to extend our deepest condolences to the family of this man who was killed in this wreck this morning. Thank you all again for watching. We're going to end our live stream here in just a second, but if you take a look, DPS and Travis County Sheriff's deputies remain on scene investigating this crash. If you pass by, if you know somebody who lives out there, this is what is happening exactly. Again, one person is dead, another taken to the hospital after two vehicles crashed on Thaxton Road. This is in southeast Travis County, kind of in the Creedmoor Dell Valley area, if you're familiar with it. And just be aware this was going to be causing some delays, some closures there, so pay attention if you're in that area. Thank you again for watching. We're going to take down our live stream right now and provide more information as soon as we know it about when this road will reopen after this crash scene is cleared.